Nixon and Hoover were close all the way back into the 40s. From the time of the Hiss case, there really wasn't enough to convict Alger Hiss in the beginning. In fact, the first jury was a hung jury. Hiss was not convicted. And then new information was developed. Where did that information come from? It probably came from the FBI. The FBI and J. Edgar Hoover fed that information to Congressperson Nixon, and Nixon became internationally known as the great communist hunter in the U.S. Congress. His reputation was made almost overnight. The most famous moment of all was the finding of secret documents in a pumpkin. Why didn't anybody laugh? Why didn't people regard that as total looniness? Finding documents in a pumpkin in a farm field? And those documents were enough to convict Alger Hiss. It helped to make Nixon's career, it helped to make him a big enough person in politics to be elected to the Senate. It enabled him to collect right-wing people, right-wing money all over the country for the presidential run in 1960, in which he failed, of course, but nonetheless the presidential run. And Nixon and Hoover continued in a kind of lockstep. They helped to produce the idea that class is justice, and class is probably justice in every country. What Hoover did for us happened in almost every other country as well, which is the police, the secret police, fell outside the law. The law did not apply to the secret police. And eventually the law didn't apply to any police. And that's true today in our country, and it is true in Eastern Europe and in the so-called democratic countries of Europe. And it's one of the most important issues that any country has to face, that there is a law for the police and a law for the rest of us. And the police live outside the law that applies to us.